नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् जितं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेऽस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुषपूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म य ईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः सनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिभूतिमुक्तिदः महेन्द्रो मलयस्सख्यः शुक्तिमान् वृक्षपर्वतः विन्ध्यश्च पारियात्रश्च सप्त अत्र कुलपर्वताः अतः सम्प्राप्यते स्वर्गो मुक्तिम् अस्मात् प्रयान्ति वै तिर्यक्त्वं नरकञ्चापि यान्ति अतः पुरुषा मुने इतः स्वर्गश्च मोक्षश्च मध्यञ्च अन्तश्च गम्यते न खलु अन्यत्र मर्त्यानां कर्मभूमौ विधीयते अन्यत्र भूमौ कर्म न विधीयते अत्रैव भारतवर्षे एव कर्म विधीयते so it is only for those people who are in Bharatavarsha as Parāśara is describing the Bharatavarsha and the geographical divisions to Maitreya. When he talks about Bharatavarsha, he says that this is where Swarga and Moksha can be attained, or any other Antarloka, any of the other lokas that you want to travel to. You have to start your pursuit from Bharatavarsha, because this is where karma has been ordained, or vidhitvena tatra karma uchyate kesham martyanam manushyanam eva. Further in the chapter, he is going to say about how janmanam ante, after some thousands of janmas, someone narajanma durlabham bhavati iti, narajanma prapnoti kaschana, tadanantaram mokshartham saha prayatate. This is the rule, or this is what Bharatavarsha is about. So as he is describing Jambudvipam, he is going on to the greatness of Bharatavarsha here. Next he talks about the different regions in Bharatavarsha. भारतस्यास्य वर्षस्य नवभेदान् निशामय इन्द्रद्वीपः कसेरुश्च ताम्रपर्णो गभस्तिमान् नागद्वीपस्तथा सौम्यः गन्धर्वः तु अथ वारुणः आयन्तु नवमः तेषां द्वीपः सागरसंवृतः भारतस्य अस्य भारतस्य वर्षस्य नवभेदान् निशामय. Listen to the 9 divisions of this Bharatavarsha. Those divisions are, he names 7 islands here. Indradvipaha, Kaseruhu, this is 1. Kaseru is 2. Tamraparnaha 3. Gabhastiman 4. Nagadvipaha 5. Saumyaha 6. Gandharvaha 7. Varunaha 8th Dvipa. Ayantu Navamaha Tesham Dvipaha. This 9th Dvipa is never named in any of the any of the Puranas. You don't find this mention of this. What is this 9th Bheda? There is no name given for this. Some people assume certain names, but it is very constant in, you will see that this is constant in all Puranas. Nobody mentions this 9th one. I don't know why. So we need to look into it, but this is the common thing that you find. It's a trend there. So probably Jambudvipa as such is Jambudvipa. Maybe a section of it is called Jambudvipa. We don't know. Sagara Samvritaha, this Dvipa is also surrounded by Sagara Samudram. So ayantu navamaha tesham dvipaha. Tesham dvipeshu ayantu navamaha dvipaha sagara samvrataha bhavati. And this is also surrounded by samudram, an ocean. Yojananam sahasrantu dvipoyam dakshina uttarat. Uttarat dakshinam. From the north to the south, this island is around 1000 yojanas. Purve kirataha. To the east of this island you find Kirata Desha. Paschime ante purve kirata yasyante paschime yavanas sthitaha. In the eastern direction you will find the Kiratas, and paschime ante, in the western end of it starts the Yavanas, the region of the Yavanas. ब्राह्मणाः क्षत्रिया वैश्याः मध्ये शूद्राश्च भागशः इज्यायुद्ध Vanijyadyaihi Vartayantaha Vyavasthitaha. Madhye in this region, in this middle portion of this, which has 9 parts, Madhye Brahmanaha, Kshatriyaha, Vaishyaha, Shudraha cha Bhagashaha Vartante. Bhagashaha, with these divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, people are Vyavasthitaha. They are established in this middle portion of this Bharatavarsha. And Ijya, Yuddha, Vanijyadyaihi, Vartayantaha, Vyavasthitaha. How are they established here? How have they established themselves? Those people lead a life, Vartayantaha. They lead their life by way of doing yaga. Ijya is yagam, yuddha fighting, vanijyam trade, adyaihi. So the 4th varnas will have their own particular work that they need to do. So with these works, they lead their life and they have established themselves in these divisions. Shatadru Chandrabhagadhyaha Himavatpada Nirgataha. Now, as he spoke about the people's lives depended on the rivers that were flowing. So he goes into what rivers start flowing from which Parvatam. Shatadru Chandrabhagadhyaha Himavatpada Nirgataha. From Himavat Parvatam, from the foothills of Himavan, you have these 2 rivers, or Shatadru Chandrabhaga Adhyaha. Other rivers, there are probably 7 rivers there. That is why in Vedic, in Rigveda also, you have this area as called Sapta Sindhu. This is, there are 7 rivers totally. Today we call it as Punjab, or 5 rivers, but it was originally called as Sapta Sindhu, wherein there are 7 rivers. And the Satlaj, Bias, Ravi, adala solrom illaya. Those 5 rivers, including Saraswati and another river called Madhudruta or something like that. So there are totally 7 rivers. In the Shatadru itself is your Satlaj today. The original Vedic name for Satlaj is Shatadru. And the Madri Asikni, you have other names for those 5 rivers plus 2 more. These have all, these have their source as Himavat Parvata. Veda Smriti Mukhadhyaha. Mukhadhyaha Pramukhadhyaha. Veda Smriti. Veda is one river. Smriti is another river. The etc. Pramukhadhyaha. Nadhyaha. Pariyatra Udbhavaha. Pariyatra Namaka Parvatat Udbhavaha. These have their source from the mountain Pariyatra. Narmada Surasadhyaha cha Nadhyaha Vindhyadri Nirgataha. Narmada, Surasa and other rivers have emerged from the Vindhya mountains. Tapi, Payoshni, Nirvindhya Pramukaha, Riksha Sambhavaha, Riksha Parvatat Sambhavaha. They have those which have originated from the mountain Riksha are rivers like Tapi, Payoshni, Nirvindhya, etc. Godavari, Bhimarathi, Krishnaveni, Adikaha, Tatha, Sakhyapado Udbhavaha, Nadhyaha, Smritaha, Papa, Bhaya, Apahaha. These rivers like Godavari, Bhimarathi, Krishnaveni, etc. Originated from Sahyadri mountains, Sahyapada, from the foothills of Sahya mountain. And they are Smritaha, they are known to remove Papa Bhayam, the fear of sin. Tirthastalani. Kritamala, Tamraparni, Pramukhaha. So not just the Godavari, Saraswati, Sindhu Kaveri, Narmade Sindhu Kaveri, Godavari, Saraswati. It's not only those 7 rivers, but a lot more. Any river in this Bharatadesham was considered to be sacred, and it was a Tirthasthalam. Kritamala, Tamraparni, Pramukhaha, Malayodbhavaha. Kritamala, Tamraparni, Pramukhaha and other rivers emerged from Malaya mountain, which is the southernmost, southernmost in the Deccan Plateau. Then you have the Mahendra Parvata, which is near the ocean, from where Hanuman jumped towards Lanka. Right? Trisama cha Aryakulya Adhyaha. Trisama Aryakulya Adhyaha Mahendra Prabhavaha Smritaha. These are known to have emerged from Mahendra Parvata. Rishikulya Kumaradhyaha Shuktimat Pada Sambhavaha. Shuktiman is another Parvata from where Rishikulya and Kumara, these are the rivers, and other rivers have also come from this Parvata. Asam Nadi Upanadhyaha cha Nadyupanadhyascha Santi Anyascha Sahasrashaha. Asam Nadinam Nadi Upanadhyaha Santi. Anyaha Sahasrashaha Nadi Upanadhyaha Nadhyaha Upanadhyaha cha Santi. Asam Nadinam. These are like the primary rivers, like the arterial rivers, and from there you have others rivers and upanadhyaha, tributaries. Sahasrashaha anyaha santi. There are thousands of other rivers and tributaries of these main arterial rivers. So that's why this land is so fertile for us. Tasu ime. Now, because of that fertility, you have different regions which have flourished over decades, centuries. Tasu ime Kuru Panchalaha Madhyadeshadayo Janaha Purvadeshadikaha Chaiva Kamarupa Nivasinaha. Kamarupa Nivasina. Each one is a region that you can sort of map to what is existing today. So Kuru, Panchala are very famous places. So Kuru is more to do with Delhi, Punjab, Haryana area. Panchala is your Uttar Pradesh area. Madhyadeshadayaha Janaha. These are the middle region of Bharatavarsham probably. Purvadeshadikaha, the eastern people are Kamarupa Nivasinaha. Kamarupa is Kamakhya. So that is more to do with Assam, Bhutan, etc. Pundraha, Kalingaha, Magadaha. If you see, it starts from the Kurudesham and then travels down and then goes up here towards Gujarat and then moves back to Uttar Pradesh. So this is how he has, probably in his mind, he has visualized the entire Bharata Varsham and he is going in a circular manner to enumerate what are all the regions. Even in our national anthem, we go through that. Yeah? But this was the original national anthem kind of shlokas, which give you that beautiful arrangement to remember also. So, Kuru Panchalaha, Madhyadeshaha, then Purvadesha, Kamarupa, which is Assam, etc. Pundra is Bengal, including Bangladesh and West Bengal. Kalinga is Kalingaha, Orissa. Magadhaha is, I think, Bihar. It Konja Orissa, and then you have Bihar or Madhya Pradesh areas, the eastern Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh and the areas. And then you have Dakshinadhyaha. They've totally combined the entire south as Dakshina. That's it. So South India, just as how the North Indians today, they talk about South India as one big chunk. This is that influence there. You can see that earlier influence from that, this thing. So Dakshinadhyaha. Dakshina is completely one full chunk. There are other Puranas like Skanda Purana or Shiva Purana, which goes into more details inside this Dakshina, south chunk. Sarvashaha, Tatha Aparantaha, the others, Apara is Paschima. Now we talked about the top, Madhya Desha, then you have Purva Desha, eastern region, then you have the Dakshina region, which starts from the Bengal. Actually, you have to take it as Bengal, Kalinga, Bihar, and then the Dakshina region completely. Aparantaha, western side you have Saurashtra, which is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Saurashtra, all that is your western region. Shura, Abhiras, Abhiraha, Tatha, Arbudaha. You'll have smaller regions in and around Gujarat, Rajasthan, Pakistan, these areas. Okay. Abhira is more towards Gujarat and the Dwaraka extension, which is now in the sea. You will find Abhira Nale, it is the Yadavas. the region of the Yadavas and southern Rajasthan is this Abhira and Arbuda. Karusha is primarily Madhya Pradesh. Malavaha is northern Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Pariyatra Nivasinaha. The Pariyatrangaradu vandu, I don't know where this, or Pariyatra Parvatasya Samipe ye Vasanti Tetu Karushaha Malavascha Prayaha Asan. Sauviraha Saindhavaha. Now he moves on to northern region, where Sauvira is our Jammu, Kashmir and all, South Pakistan. No, actually Sauvira is this Multan area. Then you have Saindhava. Saindhava is Pariyatra could be Himachala. Saindhava Hindungra, but at more to the middle of Pakistan and Punjab, and the area lavaru. Indus Valley civilization enge and arambichadu, that area. Then you have Hunaha. Hunaha is the entire northern region, that is China, Tibet, adalla, all of those comes under the this thing of Hunas. Shalva, now he comes to our south Uttar Pradesh. Then adhaadu the round mudichundu appadi anga vandurra. Salvaha, Kosalaha. Idhila vittu ponadu, there are some which he has left out. So that he names as outer regions of these or the peripheral regions of Bharatadesha, which is Madra Aramaha Tatha Ambashtaha Parasikadayaha Tatha. Parasika is generally a name referred to for Persians. Madra Desham is your Sialkot in the northern and the Pakistan side la varradu ellame. Pakistan and Jammu Kashmir and the area. That area would be your Madra, Arama, Ambashtaha, where the presence of Persians were, the presence of Persians started from that area. Madri, whom Pandu married, who was Nakula Sahadeva's mother, was from Madra Desha. Asam pibanti salilam vasanti sahitas sada samipato mahabhaga hrishta pushta jana akulaha. Asam salilam pibanti janaha ye tatra vasanti he mahabhaga Maitreya. Asam salilam pibanti, they drink waters of these rivers that we mentioned before, Godavari, Bhimarati, Ella, Tamraparani. Each region developed because of the river that made that region fertile also. So Asam salilam pibanti vasanti sada sahitaha samipataha, they always lived near those rivers, sahitaha, with those rivers actually. Hrishta pushta jana akulaha, they were all very happy and nourished, well nourished people also. They were very prosperous. That areas, those regions were filled with people who were very happy and prosperous. Chatvari bharate varshe yugani atra mahamune kritam treta dvaparancha kalischa anyatra na kvachit. Anyatra na kvachit. These four divisions of yugas are not there in any other varsha. It is only present in Bharata Varsha, in this region. So Bharate Varshe, Atra Bharate Varshe, He Mahamune, Maitreya, Atra Bharate Varshe, in this Bharata Varsha, Kritam Treta Dwaparam cha Kalihi cha iti Chatvari Yugani Santi. There are four yugas, namely Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. Anyatra na kvachit. There is nothing, this sort of a yuga division is not present in the other places. Atra, how are the people here? Tapastapyanti munayaha, juhvate cha atra yajvanaha, danani cha atra diyante, paralokartham adarat. For the sake of attaining paraloka or paralokartham adarat, out of a respect, and for the sake of attaining swarga, etc. Munayaha tapaha tapyanti. Sages do tapas, they do penance. Yajvanaha, priests, yajva, priests do juhvate yagas. That is, there are ritviks who do yagas here, sacrifices. Danani cha atra diyante. Charity is given only here. Paralokartham, in order to attain better worlds. Purushaihi yajñapurusho jambudvipe sada yujyate. Yajñaihi yajñamayaha Vishnuhu anyadvipeshu cha anyatha. Yajñamayaha Vishnuhu yajñapurushaha sada jambudvipe yajñaihi purushaihi ijyate. Purushaihi ijyate. Vishnu is being worshipped in this Bharata Varsham or Jambudvipam. Jambudvipe Vishnuhu ijyate. Vishnu is being worshipped through what? Yajñaihi. Through sacrifices, doing yagas. Purushaihi ijyate. People worship Vishnu through sacrifices because Vishnu is Yajñamayaha, Yajña Purushaha cha. He is of the form of these yaga. All the materials are part of his body. We saw how Yajñavaraha Purusha, when we tried to describe the Yajñavaraha Murti, every part of that body is one of the part of yagas. The sacrifice itself is a symbolic representation of Parameshwara, Vishnu himself. So, Yajña Purushaha api sayeva. So, with these elements, whom are we trying to please? It is Vishnu who is Yajña Purusha, who is the Devata of that yaga also. Anyadvipeshu, what about the other dvipas? Anyadvipeshu, anyatha. He is being worshipped in different kinds, in different forms in other dvipas. So we saw how he is, he resides as Varaha Avataram in certain places. In another dvipa, he resides as, he is present in the form of Narasimha. Tatha asti. So in other places, he is worshipped in different other manner. Atrapi Bharatam Sreshtam Jambudvipe Mahamune Yatohi Karma Bhuhu Yesha Hi Ataha Anya Bhogamumayaha. Yataha Yesha karma bhuhu. Because of the fact that this is a karma bhuhu. Yajva, Yajvano, Yajvanaha irkalam. Or Yajvinaha. Both are correct. இருக்கு யஜ்வான்னு ஒரு பதம் இருக்கு அதனால நான் வந்து கொஞ்சம் யஜ்வினஹா தான் கரெக்ட் ஈதான் ஆமாம் இருக்கணும் நான் அதை நோட் பண்ணல சரி ஸோ யஜ்வினஹா தான் யஜ்வி अत्रापि भारतं श्रेष्ठं जम्बूद्वीपे महामुने हे महामुने जम्बूद्वीपे अत्रापि जम्बूद्वीपे in this जम्बूद्वीपा भारतं श्रेष्ठं Bharata Bhumi is the best among all of those varshas that we talked about. Yatohi, because karma bhuhu esha. This is the bhumi where karma sellubadiyagum ingeda. Anyatrato yadyapi vayam karma kurmaha. Adukku vandu there is no plus or minus there. We go to the other bhumis to experience and the punyam balance sheet korekkiradhukku da we go there. But here is where you can bring both to a zero and get moksha. Ataha anya bhoga bhumayaha. The anyaha bhoga bhumayaha. The other regions are all bhoga bhumi. They are not karma bhumi. Yeah. Next. Atra janma sahasranam sahasraihi api sattama kadachit labhate jantuhu manushyam punya sanchayat. Punya sanchayat. Because of having collected enough punyam. If you want to get rid of that punyam, you go to other places. That's right. But then as you do punyam in the other places also, there would be a huge accumulation of that punya. So you are allowed to take a manushya janma so that you can get to moksha, mukti padavi. Adhikaga. So atra bharata bhumi, bharata varshe janma sahasranam sahasraihi api kadachit. At some point, After probably thousands and thousands of janmas, you can get a jantu, a being, a jiva can get a manushya janma, manushyam labhate, manava janma labhate. गायन्ति देवाः किल गीतकानि धन्यास्तु ते भारतभूमिभागे स्वर्गापवर्गास्पदमार्गभूते भवन्ति भूयः पुरुषाः सुरत्वात्. When such a person gets his manushya jivanam, manushya janma, even the gods sing about this person, that is about the greatness of attaining a narajanma in Bharata Bhumi. Devaha kila Gitakani gayanti. Devaha, Suraha, they sing songs in the following manner. So these three lines are actually like the Kriti verses, Kirtana verses. What do they say? Dhanyastute Bharata Bhumi Bhage Swargapavargaspada Margabhute Bhavanti Bhuyaha Purusha Suratvat. Ye Janaha, ye Purushaha Swarga Apavarga Aspade Marga Bhute Bharata Bhumi Bhage Bhavanti. The Anvaya is a little bit difficult, so I have written it down. Ye Janaha, ye Purushaha, Swarga Apavarga. Swargam and Apavarga is Moksha. Aspada Marga Bhute Bharata Bhumi Bhage. Bharatakhe Bhumi Bhage. Bhumehe Bhagaha Bahavaha Santi. Tatra tu Bharatam Nama Kaschana Bhumi Bhagaha Vartate. Tasmin Bhage. So in this part region which is called Bharata, in this earthly region which is called Bharata, which is also the Marga Bhutam, which is the path or the trajectory for attaining Aspadam, which is the support or the substratum for attaining either Swargam or Moksham. Satadrishe Bharata Bhumi Bhage Ye Purushaha Bhavanti. Those people are born, they are even more fortunate than Devas. Suratvat, that fifth case is actually indicating Utkrishtatvam, beyond. So Suratvat, Suratvam Praptan Asman Apekshaya. Suratvam Praptebhyaha Asmabhyaha. For even more than us who have attained Devatvam. So these are sung by the Devas, right? So the Devas are saying that even more than this Devatvam, they are Dhanyaha, Bhuyaha Dhanyaha. Bhuyaha is Adhikam Dhanyaha. They are more fortunate than those who have been born as Devas. Gayanti Devah Kila Gitakani Dhanyastu Te Bharata Bhumi Bhage Swargapavargaspadam Marga Bhute Bhavanti Bhuyaha Purushaha Suratvat. Why? He gives the reason here. Karmani asankalpita tatphalani sanyasya Vishnu Purana bhute avapyatam karmamahim anante tasmillayam yetu amalaha prayanti yetu amalaha bhavanti. Those who are very pure at heart, that is, they have gotten rid of their papam mainly. Karma mahim tam karma mahim prapya, having attained this karma bhumi, which is Bharata Bhumi. Anante Paramatma Bhute Vishnu Asankalpita Tatphalani Karmani Sanyasya Arpayitva. After completely surrendering all of their actions, without asankalpita, nishkama, without even thinking about the phalam, tat phalani, karmanaha phalani asankalpitani, the karma phalan is not at all thought about. So asankalpita tat phalani, karmani, Vishnu sanyasya, having completely surrendered all of their actions without even thinking about the result, having surrendered those actions towards Vishnu, who is Paramatma Bhuta, who is the Antaryami in everybody. At the same time, he is also the Supreme Being, Ananta. Anante Sanyasya. What happens to them? Tasmin Layam Prayanti. They become Amalaha. They become very pure, sacred, and tasmin layam yanti. Their rajas and tamas are completely removed. Satvodrekaha jataha te amalas santaha tasmin Vishnu eva layam prayanti. They completely merge with the Vishnu sayujyam prapnuvanti. Janima naitat kva vayam viline. So there can be a question here. The devas are singing these, right? So someone could ask the devas, see, you can also do the same thing, right? You also, after this devatvam, there is a time frame even for the devas, even for Indras, etc. It is possible that you can be born as a Manushya, and you can also go through the same path. Why do you have to talk about these people? So for that, as an answer to that, the devas are saying, Janima naitat kva vayam viline swargaprade karmani deha bandham prapsyama dhanyah kalute manushyaha ye bharate na indriya viprahinaha. Na janimaha. We do not know where we are going to be born. Vayam viline swargaprade karmani kva dehabandham prapsyama kva dehabandham prapsyama iti na janimaha. Etat na janimaha. We do not know where we are going to get our next janma. When this swargaprade karmani viline sati, vilinam destroyed. Swargaprade karmani. We must have done some actions which would have given us this swarga. When those actions are completely gone, that is, the balance sheet has come to zero for this karma which would have given them swargam, and once that has completely gone, that savings is gone, what will happen? Kva dehabandham prapsyama iti na janimaha. We do not know where our janma will be. Dhanyah kalute manushyaha. Those people are indeed fortunate. Those men are indeed fortunate who are born in Bharatavarsha. Na indriya viprahinaha. Indriya viprahinaha. Andha pangvadayaha yena bhavanti yadi na bhavanti. That is, if they do not have any other rogas or disabilities which will which will stop them from, which will obstruct them from pursuing moksha marga. Tatha indriya viprahinaha yena bhavanti te manushyaha eva dhanyaha. So they are saying, we do not. There is a very interesting story in Brahmanda Purana. So Indra, he has done one kitchen remodel. I think I've said this in Bhagavatam, or I'm not sure. So he has done one remodeling of Swargam, and one Rishi comes there, and he is very eager to show what all he has done using Vishwakarma there. So he's saying, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. So, and then suddenly the Rishi laughs because he sees a row of ants going around in that, near that Simhasanam. And Indra asks that Rishi, why are you laughing? He says, Yete sarvetu purve Indraha. All of these were all Indras at one point, and now they are just ants going in a row here. So it's a very beautiful thing, you know. What to do? What can they do there? Beautiful story. So we don't know where and how, what sort of a janma we are going to get. Iti devaha eva vadanti. Tari devatvam tu tatra, it is not something great there, right? Janima naitat kva vayam viline swargaprade karmani deha bandham prapsyama dhanyah kalute manushyaha ye bharate na indriya viprahinaha. Navavarsham tu maitreya jambudvipam idam maya lakshayojana vistaram sankshepat kathitam tava. Tava kathitam, I have told you sankshepat in a very short format. Navavarsham jambudvipam idam lakshayojana vistaram. This jambudvipa, which is extending up to 1 lakh yojanas. I have spoken about this to you, which is Laksha Yojana Vistaram, Navavarsham, which also constitutes 9 regions. Jambudvipam Samavritya Laksha Yojana Vistaraha Maitreya Valayakaraha Sthitaha Kshara udadhi bahihi. Lavana samudram. Kshara is lavanam, salty ocean, stands outside. Bahihi sthitaha valayakaraha, in the format of a valayam, a round circle. Lakshayojana vistaraha, that is also 1,000 yojanas in distance. Jambudvipam samavritya sthitaha, it is existing surrounding this Jambudvipa. Iti Shri Vishnu Mahapurane Dvitiye Amshe Tritiyodhyaya. We will continue with the next Adhyaya for in our next session. Okay. Narayanam Namaskritya Narancheva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vacham Tato Jayamudiraya. स्वर्गस्य आस्पदम् अपवर्गस्य च आस्पदम्. சரியா?